Hello, welcome to Discovering Thailand, and welcome to the live stream. I'm really got to apologise. I don't know what happened. Um, I scheduled this by mistake for next weekend instead of today, so I changed the date. That's all I changed, and then I came back in, started it up, hit go live. And then it asked for the scheduled stream, which I selected, and then it wouldn't let me. Hey, Trip on Two Wheels, welcome, mate. So, uh, it's just an endless problem I have starting these live streams, especially when you're changing from on the phone to on the computer. Yeah, completely messing me up, but hey, I'm here, it's okay, and welcome. And welcome to everybody who's going to watch this as a replay as well. Um, and don't forget to comment below if you've got any comments and thoughts. And I'll wait until some more people come in before I get this happening. Well, yeah, volume might be a bit low, but it's at the max now, and the microphone is literally right here. You see that? You can see that there, see? So maybe I can turn it up. That's at maximum now. So you might have to turn the volume up on your end. Where are we? All good. So I'm just going to go and check. Hello, Model Tank Guy. Gilly, how are you, buddy? I'm just going to go back and see if I can get this to show on my laptop just to see how well we're running. Let's see, the live stream. Completely messed me up, this did. Let's have a look now. If I click the link, is that going to take me into the stream? Your end's all the way up. Alright. Nothing I can do, mate. I'm just checking now. Let's see what happens here. If I click on the link, that's it. It's going to take me to the right place. Oh, there you go. For some reason, I can't even get onto the live stream through the studio, which is strange. Yeah. You got good sound? Alright, good. Then it's not my problem. Don't worry about it. Alright, thank you. Anyway, welcome guys to what is turned out to be a sunny Sunday here in Chiang Mai in Thailand. I put on the thumbnail of the original one, which probably won't be this stream, of the woman in the umbrella, to state that it's been raining, and it has been raining here all week. I discovered that the rainy season, which we're already in, August is supposed to be the wettest. And that meaning it can rain all day, and there were days last week where it did rain all day, continuously all day. So I haven't been out much. I haven't been out much at all. I did manage to get out last weekend to do the live stream, but that's it. Other than that, I've been stuck in here. Instead of getting the usual afternoon downpours and storms, I have just let me just get this over here, checking. Yep, still not working properly for me. Yeah, instead of getting the afternoon storms, it's just been continuous. But today, it was a nice sunrise, nice colour in the sky. It's cloudy, it's overcast, but it's a lot brighter, and the sun is actually coming out. I'm seeing a bit of blue sky, so that's good. And hopefully I'm going to get out today. I may or may not do a video about it. We'll see what it's like when I get there. But there's a new cafe opening up here. It opened yesterday. Was its big grand opening, and it's the Route 66 Chiang Mai Cafe. So it looks really good from what I've seen of the pictures of it. It's all done up in that 50s, 60s checker plate, black and white floor, and the red vinyl seats. You know, the typical diner of that era. You could just imagine the waitresses coming around on roller skates to serve you. So I want to go check it out. Their menu looks really good. Some American stuff on there, but also, as noticed, a few a bit of Italian on there, and other. We've got tacos, Caesar salads, lasagnas, quite a mixture. But of course, there's hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that. So I was going to go out yesterday, but again, the weather wasn't too crash hot, and I thought it's going to be pretty busy on its opening day. So I'll go out there after the stream this morning, have a look, grab a coffee, might grab something to eat, and whether I make a video there and then or plan it out for the following weekend, all depends on how many people are there and how busy it is. Or I'll go there during the week, whatever might be a bit quieter. So there we go. So welcome everybody. Again, we have had about 8 show up in chat, so that's really good. Obviously it's going to be a bit quieter because notifications would have been messed up. I don't know why this happens. Basically, when I sit here on the computer and schedule to do a live stream, I have to decide there and then if I'm going to do a live stream here in the condo with my webcam on the PC like I am, or if I'm going to do it on my mobile phone out and about like I did last weekend. Because once you schedule it and do that, I can't find an option in there to change what you're going to be broadcasting with, a webcam or a mobile phone. There's no option to change it. And when it does change and I suddenly go, oh, I set this broadcast to be done on a mobile phone, but now I've decided it's raining, it's no good, I'm going to do it inside, it won't let me. I can't. I click go live and I came up with this error message. I should have got a screenshot of it telling me to go back into my studio settings for the live streams and change it from mobile to webcam. But you can't do that once it's already up there scheduled to happen. There's no option there. So yeah, it's quite difficult. But then I also had the problem when I tried to get on my phone. I thought, oh well, what the hell, I'll do it on my phone in here. It still wouldn't let me, so I don't know what happened there. So anyway, it's okay, we're here. So anyway, if you've got any questions or anything, let me know. A couple of topics I wanted to mention is, one of those topics is the new Destination Thailand visa, the DTV. Do you know Greg from YouTube channel Aussie in Thailand? Yes, I do. Hello, Corey. Yes, well, I don't know him, but I know of him. I did pop on one of his live streams last week to say hello, and we were chatting about a few things to do with the pension. Yeah, getting your pension and stuff, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think he's the guy down in Patio, isn't he? Doing his live streams and videos down there with everybody else. So yeah, but yeah, I wanted to talk about this Destination Thailand visa. I was thinking about doing a video, and what I do is most of my video, all my videos about what I do and what's happening to me and what's related to my life over here, and doing stuff on visas that don't involve me, like education visas, work visas, things like that, are really of no interest to me because it's not related to me, and this channel is all about me discovering things in Thailand. But when I look at this destination Thailand visa, it seems like it could be a bit of a good option for me next year to change over from the retirement visa I'm on now to the DTV. And I'll go into a couple of reasons why I think that might be a smart move. But having said that, it's early days in this visa. It was only released at the beginning of last month, or maybe it was a little bit later. It was all confusing, wasn't it? So people who are now applying for it, there are some people who are starting to get it, but I mean, I'm curious to see what happens at that 180 days where you need to extend that visa. Well, not extend it, but you have to do a visa extension, basically. You can do one visa extension per year on it. And so you basically pay 10,000 baht. 10,000 baht for your 5-year visa. That's it. That's a one-off payment, and you've got it for 5 years. Okay. Now, each year you have to do a extension. Okay. And it's 1,900 baht for that. All right. But that's only if you go to the immigration office and do the extension and pay for it there. All right. Every visa, whatever type it is, a tourist visa or whatever you're on, all the visa extensions are all the same price. Hello, White Rabbit, how are you? So all of them are on the same, or all the same price. It's just that's the flat rate. So from what I know of the details, that's what it'll be for this visa as well. But the thing is, you can fly. That's flying in and out of the country. You know, if you do it, that's if you go to an immigration. But if you were to go overland, leave the country, cross into Laos, cross into Cambodia, spend a day or two, and pop back like a typical visa run, you get that stamp. They would see that you have this DTV in your passbook, and they would automatically give you the next 180 days. So, and that costs you nothing. All right, there's no cost to that, and you just have to do that each year throughout the time of the 5-year visa. And there, as far as we also know, there's no 90-day reporting. There's no 90-day reporting on this visa. So, and of course, the 500,000 Thai baht that's required for the destination Thailand visa only needs to be in your account for the original application for the visa. So your bank statement showing you've got that money, it doesn't even have to be in a Thai bank account. It can be in your home bank account, whatever country you're in. If you've got, as long as you've got the equivalent of 500,000 Thai baht, that's only to show for the application. Once you've got your visa, you can spend your money or do what you're doing with your money or just whatever. You don't need to have that there year after year like you do on a retirement visa where you need to show 800,000 in a Thai bank account every time you renew your visa each year. All right. Well, that would not be, you would not have to worry about that anymore. Now, if you wanted to renew your 5-year DTV, sure, you'd go through that same process again, but you just have to show the money again, and that's it. But that's in 5 years. That's not a yearly thing. The 90-day reporting under the retirement visa, I don't have an issue with that. I did my first one just 2 weeks ago. I jumped on my motorbike, rode to immigration, went through the drive-through, and I was in and out of there in 10 minutes on my first time. There's a video up there all about doing that. Piece of cake. It was easy. And next time it might even be easier because you can do it online. I know they have problems with doing a 90-day online. Sometimes it doesn't accept it and there's issues with it. But that wouldn't bother me either. If it got too complicated and it just wouldn't go through online properly, I'll jump on my bike in the next 90 days and do it again. And you've got a 3-week grace period as well. So 2 weeks before your 90 days, you can go up and report, or a week after the date that you get on that stamp on the piece of paper they put in your passport. All right. But you do away with that for 5 years on a DTV. There's no need for any of that. All right. But I will make a small prediction here, and maybe I'll go out on a limb, but let me know if you, in live chat or in the comments if you're watching the replay. But there was talk of making the retirement visa some changes for the better. I don't know the words they use, but changes to the retirement visa to make things a bit easier. Okay, and that's going to happen in September. That's what they say. All right, whether it does or not, don't know, but whatever, it's coming, and something's coming. And I think personally it'll be one of two things, but more likely one thing. First thing I think it could be is they might make the 90-day reporting just 180 days, every 6 months. All right, cut that right back to just every 6 months reporting. All right, or as more likely scenario is they're just going to scrap the 90-day reporting altogether. All right, and I'll give you a clue as to why I think that as well, is because when I was at immigration a fortnight ago doing my first 90-day reporting, if you watch the video you'll know, because I explained it, I had 2 passports because I was in the process of, I got my new Australian passport, so there's no stamps in there, so I bought both passports with me. So that sort of was a little bit different to what he would, the officer would normally expect to get, just one passport and your paper filled out. All right, but that piece of paper for the 90-day reporting, all you got to write on that is your date of entry, all right, into the country, which will be on the stamp in your visa, how you came into the country, whether it be by land or by air, so you'd put that there, which I didn't fill out. I forgot to put that on there, all right? And your address, where you live. 90-day reporting is all about them keeping a track of you and where your location is, right? So your address. Now, for where I live, I wasn't too sure. I've got a little business card that shows the address of the condo where I am. But how it was laid out on the form, I wasn't too sure how to fill that out. And where the number goes and the condo number goes and the street and province, I couldn't figure it. So I thought I'll just leave it blank. It's safer to leave it blank and they'll fill it out for me. And I took that little card with the details of where I live and I popped that with it, and I gave that with the paperwork half filled out. I had signed it though, and my passports, both of them, through the window at the drive-through and give it to him. Now I took about 5 minutes there instead of the usual 3 minutes with the extra passport, but I watched the immigration officer, and all the way through he had no problem doing what he did, stamping this, clipping this piece to that piece of paper, doing his thing, and then he got a piece of paper and then he stamps that, which is the date for my next 90-day reporting, and then I watched him put my form with a paper clip onto the pile of all the other forms, and he didn't fill out the address on there. He left my residential address here blank on that form. And he also didn't fill out that I came in by air, which I told him all this at the window. Not interested. So it just goes to show that either they're expecting and they know that their job there to look after 90-day reporting isn't going to be around long anymore, they're not going to have to do this anymore, or nobody reads those papers anyway. No one looks at that paperwork, so he wasn't too concerned about it. So, and they were running people through there quite quickly too, so it wasn't long. So I got my 2 passports back, my little business card back with my address that he never bothered filling out on the form, and and of course the piece of paper which I put back in my passport, so I got the date for my next 90-day reporting, and off I drove on the bike. So that's it. Now I'm pretty sure that my prediction is that they're going to scrap at the end of this year, or maybe from the beginning of next year, the 90-day reporting, because they don't need it. I mean, if it's not required on this 5-year DTV, then why have it at all? I mean, it costs us nothing to do it. There's no charge for you to do your reporting. It's costing immigration in extra staff and extra paperwork and time and everything else in collecting all this information from people, and extra crowds at the immigration offices. So yeah, I think they'll scrap it. We'll see what happens. See how we go with that. Woz is there. Good morning. It's raining heavily here in Sisaket. Yeah, we're really getting the August wet season rains, which I didn't know about until just last week, when I heard, maybe it was on Tim's live stream from TNT, Tim Newton. I don't know if you guys watch him at all, but you should. He's really very informative, very good down there in the south of Thailand. Puts out a news video every day, and does his live streams on the weekend, which I'll mention a bit more about his stream as well that he did yesterday. But yeah, I heard that this is the wettest time of the month, wettest month of the year. So yeah, I haven't yet bought an umbrella, but I think it's going to be on the cards. So I want to get myself a decent umbrella, and something that I can fit under the bike seat would be handy. I do have one of those ponchos I bought from a sports store, a really good quality one, not like the 7-Eleven ones, which are fine to get you out of trouble. But this one, I haven't had to wear it yet. I've been lucky. I don't know how long that luck will hold out, but that's always kept on the bike. But yeah, I'm going to need an umbrella. It's, you know, you walk out here and try some of the cafes, and you go out for dinner or lunch or something, and sitting there, and then suddenly if it starts raining, you're stuck there. You can't get back until it stops. And now with it raining sometimes all day, yeah, we'll see. I don't know where to get an umbrella. Where can I buy a decent, good umbrella? Is it just one of those big C sort of things, or is there somewhere better to go for an umbrella? You know, who knows? I mean, maybe you know, back in Australia you can get those golfing umbrellas, but then that'd be too long to go on the bike too. I'd have to make a rack or something for it, like the police have for their battens on the side of the bike. I could use one. I could get something set up like that for my umbrella. Hey. Anyway, all tied up is there. How are you, buddy? Saying g'day. I'm due to retire in Chiang Mai, yes, at the end of September. Good on ya. So I'm just waiting to see what visa changes are confirmed by then. Yes. I'm glad I came at the right time for me. I've now my retirement visa renewal will be not until May next year. So plenty of time for this new system to come in, this new visa option to come in. Yeah, that's true, Kevin. They're saying you'll know you are turning into a Thai when you drive your bike with the umbrella up. Yeah, that's right. And on your mobile at the same time. You know, they're the things you see, isn't it? Hey? The things you see. Gosh. Yeah, amazing. I've seen a family of the husband and the wife. The husband's riding, the 3-year-old's hanging on the front, on the, you know, in that little standing spot in the front of the bike. The wife's on the back with an umbrella, right? The husband's riding on his mobile with one hand, right? It's raining, and then when I look closer, I realise that there's this newborn baby wrapped around the stomach of the mother, sitting in between the two of them. I'm like, wow. And you think they're wearing helmets, any of them? Nope. No. Oh, wow. You know, I just can't get over the sight of that. Um, and especially since I live so close to the hospital here, and I continuously hear the ambulances going backwards and forwards to and from accidents, that, yeah, it's a different state of mind these people are in, aren't they? But it's okay. Buddha's watching them because they've been to the temple in the morning and they've given their offerings, and they'll be protected on that day. So, you know, having said that, last year coming back, heading out to a temple near Korat in western Thailand with some friends, the road coming out of the temple onto the main highway, we watched a fatal motorbike accident of a young guy that got cleaned up by a Hilux ute. It was terrible, right there in front of us. And I guess, yeah, whatever he was doing at the temple, it wasn't his day. So anyway, you know, it's all good. You've seen a TikTok video. Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, if you've got any new people tuning in, just say g'day, say hello in chat. Let me know where you are. That'd be good. But yeah, so the DTV, Destination Thailand visa, looks good. Now, of course, the other part of that visa, which is not part of a retirement visa, which is a completely separate requirement, is the idea of either being involved in a cooking class, a Muay Thai course. There are requirements and of being a digital nomad, as in you're working for a foreign company remotely. Okay, so you can be doing that. And for that you would need to show a copy of your contract and proof of your employment, what you're doing. So in my case, the way I look at that is that, well, I'm a YouTuber, so I should be able to qualify. I'm working remotely. I have a contract with YouTube that's, you know, that's based overseas, and I'm creating content that's promoting the country in most cases in a positive way. So part of my application would be, yeah, a copy of the contract with YouTube that I've agreed to. Not a problem. I can print that out, and then I could show links to some of these great videos I'm producing. Who knows? But, well, you know, it doesn't matter the level of your channel and how many subscribers and viewers you have. It's your job, your income. There's no requirement of showing how much income. It's just showing that you are employed and working. So the only monetary money side of it they want to see is what's in the bank account. Well, I've got that. That's the 800,000 baht sitting in my Thai bank account. That will still be there because it has to be there every year when you renew your visa for retirement. So the difference is that it only has to be there for the application. Now that brings up another thing, is the application. You can't apply for a DTV from within Thailand. You have to be outside the country. So most thought processes on that will be whip over to Cambodia for a week or two. While you're over there, put in your application, send everything off, get approved, come in on your new Destination Thailand visa. There you go, done. That would work fine. And the good thing is that 500,000 doesn't have to sit there, unless I want to renew it in 5 years, of course. But who knows? In 5 years' time, I might just convert back then to a retirement visa. It might suit my situation more, or back on the Destination Thailand again. Just renew it. Not a problem. So I think there are options there for people who are retired here on retirement visas to do that. I mean, why not? Scuba diving. You can take up a scuba diving course. In fact, I was just talking to a friend today who does a lot of scuba diving down in the Phi Islands. And he's about my age, or a little bit younger. But I mean, I've scuba dived a lot during my younger days and got up to my dive master level. I've done, I did the open water, I've done rescue diver, I've done night diving, I've done all those qualifications to dive master. So I don't mind popping down there and signing up for a scuba course if that's what it requires to renew the visa. It's just another option, you know. So we'll see. Kevin is saying, Chris from the channel Retired Working For You did a video interview with someone from the ministry on the DT visa. Very good information. Yes, I've watched that. That is really good. That was good to hear that information, especially the information about renewing it and coming back. I think, if I remember right, you do have to leave the country once in a 12-month period. That was one of the requirements, but that's no big deal. I can, you know, head up to Chiang Rai, cross into Laos and pop back again, or go to Phnom Penh for a few days, or do something like that. It's certainly better than renewing your retirement visa every 12 months and doing the 90-day reporting every 3 months. Don't have to worry about any of that. So, yeah, I'd be happy to do that, you know. But yeah, Chris, another great channel for information. He was very good at making that all clear and doing that interview. And I will mention Tim from Tim Newton. He did a video just yesterday, a live stream, worth watching the replay of that, where he goes into all about that DTV as well and answers all your questions too, like all the questions that came through in chat. He went through there and helped people out. Not just that, but what does it cost to extend your visa and how much it is, and just making it all clear, because now we know the clarity of it all from the official sources, from the ministry, from immigration, from the Department of Tourism. It's all come from those official places, and it's happening. You can apply for it today. All right, so that's fine. I had a bit of a concern when I was in the comments on Tim's channel yesterday, where I mentioned about, you know, that early on when something's introduced, it'd be nice to know that you've locked into that agreement when you've got your visa, you know, because 5 years between renewing visas is quite a bit of time. You wouldn't like to suddenly find out, as of January the 1st, 2025, everybody on a DTV now has to start 90-day reporting, you know, or we need to check your finances every 12 months to make sure you've got 500,000 baht or equivalent in a bank account. You know, you wouldn't want these changes to come in, because things change in Thailand. But I think he made it quite clear that those things are set in stone. Once that's been put in and that's law and that's the way the system works, it's what they call like grandfathering. So if you're already on that visa, then you've agreed you're on that for those conditions of those 5 years, you know. So we'll see what happens, but I may consider changing over to that visa in the long term next year. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's plenty of time to hear what other people's experiences are and how it works out for them. And by then there'll be people who have left the country and come back and so forth. Hey Jim, how are you, mate? Up there in the United States of Chicago land, in Chicago. Welcome, mate. So, White Rabbit saying, Sura shop, I don't know what that is a good spot for a small umbrella. Japanese stuff for the home. Oh, okay. I think I've seen them in the shopping centre, the big shopping centres. I think they are in most major malls. Yeah. Quality batteries. Okay. God, tell me about quality batteries. You mentioned quality batteries. How hard are they to find here? They're so hard to find quality batteries. I had to go out and buy a wireless mouse that doesn't have a battery. Every once a week I'll plug it in while I'm using it and it'll charge up, because I was going through batteries in my other mouse like every 4 or 5 days. It was ridiculous, you know, and these were good batteries, you know. And I'm not buying batteries every week. So yeah, good quality batteries. I'll remember that name and I'll check them out for an umbrella. That'd be good. Jackbury, hello. G'day from Brisbane, Australia. Hey, how are you? I bet it's cold. Is it cold in Brisbane? I know Sydney is like 6 or 7 degrees a few hours ago. Unbelievable. Well, not unbelievable, but I wouldn't know what that's like. You know, in fact, it was quite strange. Last night I'm asleep and I haven't even had the fan on. It's been really nice in the high 20 degrees here. So really good. At nights it gets down to about 25, 26 degrees. But last night, I leave my window wide open. I've got a bug screen in it, that's all fine. But I leave that, and I leave the door open onto the balcony as well. That also has a screen, just to let the air through, you know. So I'm laying there. I wake up about midnight and I feel cool. I feel a cool breeze. And I thought, oh, did I leave the fan on? I look and I go, no, I didn't turn the fan on. So the wind had picked up during the night and it was coming through and it was actually cool. It probably got to about 23, 22 degrees. But it was the first time since I've been here, and we're talking since February, where I've actually felt coolness on my skin. I actually had to pull my sheet up and cover myself. So how about that? Oh, other than it, of course, when I'm on the motorbike and heading off up into the mountains, the temperature does drop considerably. When you get out of the bowl that Chiang Mai is in and you head up into the mountains surrounding, temperature drops quite a bit. You could be down 5-6 degrees or more. So it's nice relief. But down here, yeah, I haven't felt a cool breeze on my skin in a long time. But 6 to 7 degrees in Sydney, I don't miss that. I tell you now, I don't miss that. Gosh. The only thing I don't like about this rain and this weather, the rainy season, particularly the last week, is it raining all day, is I haven't been to the pool. This is the first time I've gone like more than 2 days without going to the pool. So I was just, you know, just devastated there. The deck chair and by the pool. But today, I might get there. We'll see how I go. If I come back from this Route 66 cafe and the weather's still good, yeah, I'm just going to go for a jump in there. It's not cold. It's just that you look a bit silly laying out there by the pool and it's raining. You know, I mean, I would still jump in. Maybe I should still go down there and do my laps that I'm doing. I'm trying to get myself a little bit healthier and do laps. So I'm up to doing 8 laps at the moment. That's 8 times up and back. So that's 16 each way, right? 1 lap is there and back, all right? So with short breaks in between breaks, in between laps. So I'm building it up. I'm getting there. I've got the movement going right. I've got my style is happening in the swim, but it's just a matter of getting that breathing routine and then of course now it's becoming the getting hard. So it's the physical side of it now, because I've seen guys that, well, most people that are good swimmers can swim as well as they can walk. I mean, I just can't imagine that, but that's my goal, is I want to be able to just do laps non-stop. I mean, how long do you think that's going to take me to get to that point? You know, we'll see. We'll see. Jack Bree's saying 25 and sunny in Brisbane. Good on you. That's good. Yeah, I'm from Brisbane, not originally, but I lived 10 years in Brisbane. I lived, it's nearly 1 p.m. Yeah, 3 hours difference. It's 11 a.m. here. Well, that's 2 hours difference. That's right. Sydney's the extra hour. Hard to keep up with the time zones. Yeah, I lived in Brisbane around Roachdale, the south side, and Sunnybank, and I lived at Marsden. I think maybe it was you or somebody I was speaking to that was over at Greenfields or somewhere. I can't remember where that was. I forget the names, but yeah, I worked in Brisbane City. And Trip on Two Wheels seems to have an exciting announcement. Sure, I'm sure it'll be exciting for him. Let's just see how exciting for everybody else it'll be. Jim, will you give me a drum roll? There we go. Jim's given a drum roll for Trip on Two Wheels, which, if you're into motorcycles, go over there and take a look at some nice American motorcycles, which, by the way, what's that big festival that's on over there at the moment? I can't remember what it was now. Greenbank. Ah, yes, that's right. Greenbank, Southside. Yeah, good. Yeah, Browns Plains Shopping Centre is where I used to go, and McDonald's, and I used to work at Polar Fresh at Browns Plains. There you go, Coles Distribution Centre. You'll know what I mean. It'll be exciting for everyone. Okay, there we go. We've even got trumpets going. Sturges, yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Sturges. I watched a live camera of them all queuing up for the run on through Sturges. Yeah. Come on, drum roll. Drum roll. Maybe I'll put him in the sin bin for how long? I can mute him for 10 minutes. That'll do it, eh? Let's see what I got. You better hurry up. Okay? I can put him into timeout. Do you want me to time out Trip? Shall we time out Trip? No, it's okay. Go for it. Let us know your news. Okay? Let us know your news. And then I'll get on to my news. I've got some more news. We've got a dozen people in. That's great. Not that many talking in chat. Let me know where you're from if you can. Who's in Thailand? Who's down in Pattaya right now? How's Pattaya this morning on a Sunday? How's the weather down there? I almost went there last weekend. A friend of mine was meeting a friend in Pattaya and asked and suggested I come down there. I was going to jump on a plane and fly down. The rain is not coming down here right now. It's looking nice. It's quite bright outside. Cloudy but no rain. Yeah, it's good. Start my news first. No, that's all right. It's okay. You keep going. Saskatchewan, Canada. I think I pronounced that right too. Saskatchewan. It's a tricky one, that one. I'm in San Antonio. Oh, a small city in the hottest part of... What? A small city in the hottest part of Thailand. I don't think so. There's no place called San Antonio in Thailand. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Eh? There we go. I'll tell you what I've been seeing a lot of lately. A lot of negative videos coming up from YouTubers in Thailand. Okay. Like maybe it's just, I don't know, YouTube's just aiming them at me for some reason, because that's the way YouTube works, you know. It's only going to feed you what it thinks you want to see in most cases, but there just tends to be a lot of, you know, top worst foods, you know, or what I hate, 10 reasons I hate Thailand, or, you know, or I'm leaving, you know, or 5 reasons why you should leave, and like and it's like, gosh, all right, everybody's entitled to their opinion, fair enough, but do we really need to know that? Do I care what one particular person thinks of certain foods? Not enough to make a whole video of it, you know. Anyway, you know, each to their own. It's all good. You know, there's some good quality stuff out there too. A lot of good quality stuff. San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Well, what's your announcement? Tell us your announcement. Is it something I already know? Is it something to do with you heading into another state, another city? I don't know. Tax, yeah, tell me about the tax and fights of, oh, look, yeah, I know. But trust me, there's more local fights than Farang's fighting. It's just that it's all about what gets the views. People don't want to see Thais fighting Thais. That's not newsworthy. It's foreigners getting into trouble that's newsworthy. And really, as bad as it may seem like there's a lot of it, we're not really seeing half of it either. You know, there's probably a lot more. But then again, do you want me? I can go back to Sydney, Australia, and show you tons of stuff that that non-Australians are getting involved in. That you want to see fights and things. You know, of course, it's all about the media. You're waiting for YouTube approval. Oh, okay, good, all right. Okay, good on you. And as for the taxes, yeah, I've seen this about the taxes as well. I met up with one of my subscribers. I won't say any names. Who we talked about the taxes here, and it's not a big deal, really. It's not really a big deal. Maybe depending on what country you come from. Juvenile crime, yeah. A lot of knifing in Oz now and juvenile crime. Well, I guess because they ban guns, it's probably harder to get hold of a gun. You know, there'd be a lot more knifings in the US if they banned guns. But, you know, I think a semi-automatic or an automatic weapon can take out a lot more people than one person with a knife in their hand. So, you know, which would you rather? Yeah, juvie crime. Yeah, well, that's because, you know, well, I give my opinion. My opinion is that Australia, and I'm sure other countries probably do have a similar problem, is just getting so expensive that it's pushing the poverty line into more and more families, and people are getting more and more involved in unemployment, more people unemployment. I don't know what the unemployment like is in Australia at the moment, if that's still bad, because unemployment ends up causing more people to be on drugs, and the people who are on drugs need to pay for those drugs, and they do that by crime. Crime pays for drugs. So, you know, they'll break into houses, they'll rob people, they'll do stuff, and do all that. Yeah. Cycle of life these days. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the survival of the fittest, isn't it? Or in this case, survival of the richest. That's how it works, you know. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, fortunately, in countries like Thailand and other Asian countries, they're very strong in the Buddhist belief, and that plays a big impact on people's mindset. So crime here in Thailand is very, very low, no matter what your level of income is. Okay, people who have, I mean, it's quite a mix. I mean, I know from Chiang Mai and my walking around here that it's mixed around the place. You know, there's homeless people on the streets doing what they can, mending clothes, fixing shoes, doing whatever they can, setting up a little cafe and selling stuff. You know, maybe they've got a small somewhere, or they've bought stuff from 7-Eleven and they're just adding a couple of baht and selling them on in a stall on the street. Whatever, they're making do, but whatever your level is, very little crime here, you know. I mean, I feel safer walking around here in Thailand, and I could also say the same for Pattaya and even Bangkok, but you know, I feel safer walking around here than I would in most countries in the world, even Australia. Definitely Australia. I mean, gosh, would you walk around alone in the back streets of practically any suburb in Sydney at 1 or 2 in the between 11 p.m. and 2 in the morning? No way. No way. It'd be crazy. And I'm not talking just out in the western suburbs and there. I'm talking about in the city itself, or in the higher you know, level of income areas. It's the same here. You know, I do go for walks in the mornings, as you guys know. I walk out. I walk up the river. It's pitch black, although they've put in lighting now. But I walk past there. There's guys sitting in this park area by the river. You know, they're sitting there. I know they're doing drugs and they're drinking or whatever, but they'll always say hello and be friendly, and nothing threatening. Homeless people sleeping on park benches as I walk along. I try to be quiet and not wake them up. I never hear a word from any of them. They're all fine. There's a park down there that's full of people in this enclosed seating area where there might be 6 people sleeping in there overnight. But you can walk through there. You're safe. And the young people, they whip around on their motorbikes, you know, like yahoos and whatever, like, you know, making a lot of noise in their noisy exhaust pipes and all the rest of it. But they're okay. You know, you can walk in, you can leave your keys in your scooter and go into a supermarket or into a shop or whatever, or a restaurant, come out. I guarantee your bike's still going to be there. I can show you right now down here, looking in the car park below in the condo, there'll be about 100, 200 motorbikes down there from all the people that live here. And about 3/4 of them all have the helmets sitting there on the handlebars of all the bikes. Now, mind you, a lot of these helmets are just crappy little shit ones, all right? But there are some expensive Aria ones and other known brand bike helmets sitting down there that no one's going to take your helmet, you know. You know, it probably started with shoes, all right? Thailand and Asia, you take your shoes off before you go into the temple or in someone's house and that. And people know you don't steal people's shoes, you know. So I think from a young age they're brought up, and there's no theft. There's no theft. What else we got? Judges too light on sentencing here. Yeah, probably. But then, you know, locking people up's not a solution, I don't think. There's no rehabilitation getting locked up in jail or prison. What else? A lot of car stealing, joyriding for 12-year-old upwards. Yeah, but there always was. You know, there always was. You know, I'm surprised security systems on cars haven't reduced that amount. You know, unless they try and jump your car while you're sitting in a set of traffic lights. I know that was a thing for a while, you know. But yeah, people used to joyride, you know. I never did, but I used to hang out with some friends that, you know, it's late at night, you've come out from the nightclub, you're walking, you're trying to hitch a ride home, there's no traffic, there's no cars. You walk past a Holden or a Ford parked over there, and one of your smart mates would go, "Oh, don't worry, no problem. You'll jump in, hot wire it, we all jump in, ride within a kilometre of home, dump it, and we're home." You know? Yeah. So, you know, not that I did anything like that. That's what they told me. Okay, it's all right. But here, no, it doesn't happen here. Everybody's, it's safe. I'm quite confident if I was to leave a mobile phone on my bike. I don't take my mobile phone. If I'm using my mobile phone for navigation on Google Maps on the bike, and you want to go into 7-Eleven or whatever, you don't worry about your phone. Leave it there. No one's going to take it. It's all good. Key lessons. Entry cars are easy to steal. Keyless, yeah. Entry cars are easy to steal. Cost $50 for a remote to do it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's like people go around to all the apartment block buildings and they have these remotes that scan through all the frequencies, and you see all the sliding garage doors for the underground parking will automatically go up. Then they can whip in there and take their time hot wiring cars and doing what they want while a spotter sits out in the street in case someone shows up. It's different here. It's much different here. Yeah. So what happened to your announcement, Mr. Tripp? You've gone quiet. You're waiting on YouTube approval. You've got a new channel coming out or something? That would be good. I need some of my... I've got some apple juice here. Look at this. No, it's not a beer. Beautiful. Nice apple juice. Quite a good price. $3 for a carton of it. I actually bought some water here. I used to, and I know it's not the right thing, I used to boil the water. I used to take the tap water at night, fill up my jug, boil it, and then let it cool overnight, and then I'd tip it into reused plastic water bottles and put them in the fridge. And I'd use those for the day for my water, drinking water. But boiling water, tap water, is not going to destroy all the heavy metals and stuff that's in it. So it's probably still not a healthy thing to do. So I went down to the desk down here because I noticed a guy had one of those big drums of water. Tony Montana, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Yes, mate, all well. Hope you're well down there in John TM. So I went and got one of these big bottles of water. I asked about it. Put an 80 baht deposit, and they cost 30 baht. You bring it up here. They have a little trolley if you need it. Put it up here, and what I did was I put it under the sink, and it fits perfectly. And then on Lazada, which is just like an eBay and Amazon here, they have these little pumps. You put them on top of the bottle, right? Instead of turning it upside down and putting it on a big stand and whatever, paying the electricity to keep it refrigerated, but as a dispenser, you put this little pump on there, and it's USB charged. And you just press the top, and it little nozzle there, and water comes out. Little siphon hose goes to the bottom of the tank. Cool. All new to me. I didn't know these things existed. So I've got it sitting under the sink. And what I do is I went and used it. I filled up all my bottles, and I fill up enough bottles to last me a few days, you know, and then I'll top them up. I bought that 12 days ago. All right, so almost 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago, and I've been using it for all my drinking water, and I haven't even used a third of that bottle under the sink yet. So it's easy going to last me a month. 30 baht for a month's worth of drinking water. I mean, it's a 20-litre container. That's less than 1 baht a litre. And you pay minimum 12 baht in 7-Eleven for water out of the fridge in 7-Eleven. I think 12 may be one of the cheapest you can get, anywhere between 12 and 20 odd baht. But I'm getting it for 1 baht a litre. That's more than, they're only like, I don't know, 350, 700 mils, I don't know, but smaller. So good investment, and of course healthier than drinking the tap water boiled. So there we go. I'm happy with that. And sometime next month, when I finally finish that bottle, I'll just take it downstairs, give them 30 baht, bring up another one. There you go, eh? If anyone else knows any tips like this that I'm missing out on, let me know, because I've been here, gosh now, since February. What's that? So February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I've been here 6 months. I've done my first 90-day reporting, but 6 months. and I didn't know that. So if there's some other little trick I need to know, let me know in the comments or put it in the thing. 7 Thai baht for a small bottle of water. Yeah, that's right. That's, yeah. It did not get approved. No, no news here now. Okay, there you go. All right. Why didn't it get approved? We'll talk about that later. I'll ring you later. Yeah. Good water for more noodles. Yes, that's right. Yeah, although I still use boiled water from the tap for noodles. I don't eat noodles very often, actually. At least not up here. I have a fart. I'm not into spicy food. You might think, oh, what'd you go to Thailand for? But I can't eat spicy food. It's just not. Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. And you go down to the supermarket or even 7-Eleven and try and look at all those noodles in those little polystyrene containers. Try and find one that's got no spicy. It's not spicy, you know. I do my best to look for the ones that don't have the little picture of the chilies on them, you know. I bought one the other day. It was egg noodles. No pictures of chili on it. No words hot written on it. I thought, okay, that was at 7-Eleven. So I went in there and I bought one. I thought, oh, okay, I'll just have that in the cupboard when I feel like a snack, you know. So I had it the other day, tipped all the powder in for the flavouring and all the rest, put it in there. Oh, Jesus, it was spicy. It was spicy, of course. Oh, no good, no good. But I did find some 2-minute noodles, like the Maggi ones that we buy back in Australia, just the chicken noodles. Yeah, and it has the little liquid. You can put the optional to put the spicy one in, like the little oil satchels in there. So I do have them. They were hard to find, but I did find them. And in fact, bought them a while ago. I forget where I got them now. So maybe I'll never find them again. But yeah, so spicy, not too good. I like my pad thai. And the girl that does my pad thai down the road here does it just right. But then again, a couple of nights ago I went there for my pad thai and yeah, I was picking out those little orange pieces, those little red bits in there because yeah, they just had a little bit of extra spicy in it. Not all Thai food is spicy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know some Thais who don't like spicy food. Do you? I don't. In fact, my ex-Thai girlfriend, my God, nothing was spicy enough. It was just not hot enough. And even when it was, and she's like, you could see, she'd be like sweating, you know, and that whatever she's eating is hot as. But I said, you all right? She goes, oh yeah, good, hot, spicy. I like. And it's like, okay. I just can't enjoy the when it's hot like that and spicy. Oh, Jeff Reed, of course, the 7-Eleven ham and cheese toasties. Yeah, but they've got up a little bit expensive now. They're about 42 baht, I think. 42. I think the price has gone up on them a little bit. So, to me, they're nearly $2, where they were just over $1 before, which was good. There's quite a variety of them too now. They've got ham, cheese and chicken. There's quite a few different types of ham, cheese toasties now. So they're good. They're a good snack. You just got to be careful eating them. When they cook them for you there, they can be quite hot. Make sure you don't go biting into it. Otherwise you're going to be burning your mouth in a different way, and your tongue. But they're famous, aren't they, ham, cheese toasties? I tell you what I've stopped drinking is the coffees, the iced coffees in 7-Eleven. They're still a good bargain for 20 baht. Iced coffees, there's about 4 or 5 different flavours. But I've gone off them a bit now, and I just don't think, they're pretty, I'm sure they're not healthy. So no, I don't. If anything, I have some, what is it? I think it's Nescafe Gold over there. I bought that. and I do drink coffee here. I don't drink coffee out very often. But that was quite expensive. That was the same price it would cost me back home. But of course, it is an import. What I'd like to find out, if anyone knows, is there a Thai coffee? You know, like when you go and buy a hot coffee at a coffee shop, what coffee are they using? You know, it's got to be cheaper than me paying for the Nescafe imported stuff. There must be a Thai coffee. So, Kevin saying, have you noticed the Teo bin downstairs? Yeah, I have. I saw that the other day. And I asked the security guard, is that a coffee machine? And he goes, oh, yeah. I said, oh, okay. Which is going to be a little bit of competition for our little girl out the front that sits on the corner of the massage place that opened up in the last month or so. The little coffee shop there. But it's all in Thai though, I think. I walked past and had a look at it the other morning. I don't think anything's in English. Maybe there's a button to press to read it in English. In fact, it doesn't even say coffee. Well, at least not in English anywhere on the machine. And I'm wondering how it works. So I don't know what it even costs. I might go down and ask them. Actually, you mentioned that downstairs. You know that there's a like a body corporate meeting on at this condo today at 1 o'clock. I think it's today at 1 o'clock. Or is it 11 o'clock? I don't remember, but I saw the sign down there the other day, down in the foyer of this building. And I was just going to go along, just to have a look and see what people are talking about. I guess tenants that are renting can go down. You don't necessarily have to be an owner to listen in. You know, I mean, hey, I plan to probably be an owner here one day. So, well, you know, I'm curious to know what their plans are, their sinking fund is, and what they're planning to do with the empty shop spaces here, and when's the new gym coming, and things like that, you know. So, yeah, I will go down there straight after the stream and just check. If that's the case, then somewhere in between I'm going to have to make my ride out to the Route 66 cafe opening this weekend, and time it around that, because I really do want to go to that meeting and have a look. But yeah, I'll go out to that cafe that's coming on today. Yeah, I mean, they're open all day, so that's fine. I can go out there any time, as long as the rain holds off. It's looking a little bit more overcast, but looks okay. Here we go, 1 p.m. You can go, but it may be conducted in Thai. Really? All right, no problem. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah. If that's the case, well then I'll just go for a look and that's it. But that's yeah. I mean, surely they'd translate, wouldn't they? I mean, you know, there's Thai and Farang owners here. You know, and they're I don't know if they have already, but they're thinking of increasing the quota of percentage for owners owning property in condos, owning apartments over here in Thailand. Jeff Reed saying, had a pork burger from 7-Eleven. Oh yeah, that was also good. Yeah, I've seen them. I think I've had one of those some time ago, and I don't remember if it was good or not. I've seen them there, tempting. You know, it might cost about 40 baht or something in 7-Eleven, 45 baht for one of those burgers, which is cheap. But I can go down the road here, and I made a video about it, to that little store down there, and they do burgers as well. And they're 50 baht, fresh burgers, you know, not out of a packet you've got to open. But yeah, I do remember those burgers. They do come out, they are quite good in 7-Eleven. Yeah. G'day from Sydney, Australia. Hello, Jamie Sutton. Welcome to the stream, mate. By the way, if you're not already, please subscribe. The last time I looked, I was just one subscriber off 1,900 subscribers. Last night I was at 1,898, And then this morning I woke up and looked, there was one more. And I thought, come on, 1,900 we need. Probably is now if I took a look. And only 100 off 2,000 subscribers. So we're getting up there. I'm really happy. That's progressing quite nicely, you know. And the good thing about it too is that a lot of the subscribers, going by the statistics and analytics of the videos, are actually watching the videos I put out, which is good. You know, it's not like, oh, I feel sorry for them, I'll subscribe to the channel, and then they never watch. Actually, a large proportion of you guys do watch the videos, and I really appreciate that. All right. And of course, my number one and only member, got to give him a good shout out. Thank Mr. who's not been mentioning much in the comment. I don't know if he's still there. Scroll back and look. Mr. There he is, all tied up. Yep. I think he might still be listening. He needs company, guys. It's only the cost of one cappuccino, just $5 a month to subscribe, and keep our all tied up single member company. You know, just hit that join button there. It'd be great, and I really appreciate it too. It helps me out, because one day, because people do buy me coffees. The buy me a coffee links in the description. Every now and then I get a notification saying someone's done that, because what I really want to do is I want to upgrade my camera. See, so this is the DJI Osmo Action, but it's number 1. It's the first one that came out. Now they're up to number 4. And also, now it works fine. When I did the firmware update on this, it's fine. It does the job. It's got its knocks. In fact, it fell off my motorbike the other week, and rolled and bounced along the road. Oh my God. But all it did was dent around the lens there. But no, it does the job fine. I don't want to get the number 4, okay? But what I do want to get is the microphones, okay? So there are 2 DJI microphone sets that come out for this. So they're wearables. You wear them and you connect them up. They will connect to this even though it's the old one. Not a problem. And I think they're about 12,000 baht. So yeah, that's something I want to save up for, so I can improve the video sound quality. Be good, particularly where I want to start doing some interviews with people as well. So I'll need a second microphone. But yeah, subscribing, everybody, that helps. There he is, still here, mate. He says, happy to support you, mate. I'm busy packing my bags. Oh, good on you, mate. Good. So there you go. I went to the fire safety meeting. Oh, Kevin, okay. When I first moved here, didn't understand a word. Yeah, I actually I watched a guy's video the other day who was, unfortunately he was around when there was a fatal motorcycle accident, and he was an Australian guy, and he comes from a background of first aid and medical, and he was with his girlfriend in the car, and straight away when he saw this accident happen, he said to his girlfriend to stop, and she goes, no, keep going, don't stop. But his instinct was to help, offer first aid, and he's run over there. And I didn't watch the whole video. I think he did offer some first aid and help out, but apparently here in Thailand, first aid is just not something that, there are no courses in first aid, or at least for the majority, it's not a requirement for many businesses to have staff that are first aid certified and qualified in first aid. So that's a shame. And also there's a bit of a stigma about attending accidents and offering first aid, because from what he was saying in his video, the law doesn't protect you if you perform or offer first aid to a person in an accident, for example, like a car or motorcycle accident, that may contribute to that person's death. Or there's a, people will come to help if there's an accident, and I've seen it here, they'll redirect traffic away. They'll call an ambulance. They'll keep people back. They might move the wreckage off the road and that sort of thing. But very rarely will people touch the person on the ground, unfortunately. And you know, this guy was saying that there's a period after an accident where first aid is vital and can save a life. And even if it's just something small, like putting something under their head to support, and just being there and talking, offering comfort, you know, something can contribute to them living, you know. But yeah, most Thais, he was saying, are afraid to touch the person, go near the person, and offer first aid like that. So it's a shame, because there are so many accidents, and that happens here all the time. Now, the ambulance are quick to respond. They get there quick. But, you know, I mean, I remember when I just came, literally 2 months before I left Australia, on my Kawasaki Ninja, had an accident going to work on one of the last weeks of work. And I came down when a cat ran in front of me. It was dark, it was 4 in the morning on a side street, and my natural reaction was obstacle, turn, and I've high-sided, gone over the handlebars and down on the bike. And lucky I was only doing about 40 kilometres an hour, but yeah, I've come down, scraped my knee, scraped my arm, obviously wearing a helmet, of course, that could have been worse, but I did knock my helmet, you know. But the worst part of it was, while I was lying on the ground for those, say, 60 seconds, just making sure I was still in one piece and everything was okay before I moved, I had 2 vehicles go past me. 2 4-wheel drives went past me on the road and did not even stop. They just went around me. Now, at that point, they didn't know my condition. They didn't know I was all right. I was still lying there beside my bike on the road. They didn't stop, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, unbelievable. They just went straight past and didn't stop. I was just amazed. I thought, man, I got to get out of this country, eh? People just don't give a shit. They don't care at all, eh? Because of repercussions, you know? So, but apparently somebody got onto the comments of his video and did mention that quite a few people now are introducing first aid here in Thailand, and a lot of more people are doing it and being trained, and that you are quite protected. If you do go to attend somebody, if you see an accident, providing you don't directly contribute to that person's death, which is fairly unlikely, offering first aid, you're pretty much safe. And so I think just more local people should be made aware of that, you know. But anyway, we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is. You know, it's a crazy world we live in, isn't it? Eh? All right. Well, how about that? Well, I'm gonna wind up the stream here. We've been going for, I know I started off a bit late, but over an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to go now and head off to that cafe. I'll take my camera gear just to have a look, just in case there's something. At least I might get some photos or something, and do a video at some point. And then I'll be back here in time to check out this meeting, which I want to go and have a look at. All tied up, saying, I've just attended my first aid course with the focus on self-first aid. I saw that video you were talking about. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I've always done my first aid being in the security industry. We had to have first aid. In fact, we had to have first aid, advanced first aid. So that was for sure, yeah. There's some, I remember seeing a couple of years ago, there was a good video on what to do if you're choking. A choking video. So normally, if you're around people, you know, they'll grab your back and make you cough it up and that sort of thing. But there is a video that shows you what to do if you're on your own. Something gets stuck in your throat and you start choking, there are ways to give first aid to yourself when no one's around, and it's a really good video to save your life. If I think of it, I'll bring it on next week. I'll mention it. All right, guys, thank you all for coming in and watching. And again, if you're watching this as a replay, got any questions or comments, put them down below. That'd be great. Even suggestions for videos you want to know about. I may do a video about this new DTV coming out, the Destination Thailand visa, only because it might be something that interests me changing over to next year, and to other people who are on their retirement visa. It might be an opportunity to do that, but we'll see. All right, guys, thank you all, and I'll see you all next week, hopefully on time, when the stream will sort itself out. All right, okay, guys, have a great rest of the weekend, and